Hey guys, my name is Joni and this is Branching Business. Welcome to another video. In this video I will talk a little about my relationship with philosophy, and as you guys might know, I have a master's degree from university. I studied philosophy there, and so I'm kind of familiar with the subject and different branches of philosophy. And I like, or I should say, I love philosophy, but I'm not a fan of philosophers in general. And philosophy that's practiced in universities is kind of unimaginative, in my opinion. It's poor, and it's not what I'm interested in my own life. I've always been more interested in philosophers who have never even been in universities. And there's also the fact that many philosophers are just weird. There are philosophers who are good people and who know what they're doing and who don't live in the life only through their books. But I just think that most of philosophy is kind of, these days most of philosophy is kind of unimaginative, and it's not my cup of tea. But I think that reading philosophy is really useful, and it's not a waste of time to read those old texts of philosophy. And yeah, what else? Well, many philosophers just cannot do what they preach. They have no skin in the game, and many philosophers actually have all kinds of large systems that they've made, but they don't live up to their theoretical systems. And I actually have one book that's related to this topic, and in English it's called Philosophers Behaving Badly. I can show you the cover. There was Nietzsche on the cover. But anyway, so this book, Philosophers Behaving Badly, is a book about badly behaving philosophers. So it just shows how many philosophers were not doing what they were preaching, and that is a crime, in my opinion, when a philosopher cannot do what they preach. So yeah, that's my relationship with philosophy. Philosophy can be extremely useful, especially if you study subjects such as argumentation, analysis, and logic. Those can be really useful, and I recommend I don't necessarily recommend that you go to university to study those things. You can study them on your own. You just go and find your books from your local library or from the web, and start reading whatever you think is interesting. And I think all who study philosophy should have their own relationship with it. So I've noticed that in my life I've had phases when I've been more interested in some school of philosophy, and then there were times when I was interested in something else. And for example, I was interested in phenomenology, or how the fuck you're supposed to pronounce that. Anyways, phenomenological research. I was interested in that, but then my interest waned, and I was more interested in analytical philosophy. And after that, there was some obscure branches of philosophy that I was also interested in, and I guess that if you start reading philosophy, your relationship with philosophy will also change, and it's completely natural because you change as a person, and when you read the stuff, that stuff changes you, and I guess that I'm a kind of person who is not only philosophically oriented, but I also have knowledge from other subjects, sociology, for example, and empirical sciences. So I'm not your typical philosopher. I just read what I want and stay away from, or at least try to stay away from philosophers, because I think there are better people to hang around with. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in one of my future videos. Thanks. Bye bye.